fate. It's coming. Rod Paul! Yeah, buddy! There it is. Not too packed. Just go in here and park. Alright, so my dad's in grabbing a beverage, and then Haunted House is just on the other side of the highway. So we're gonna head over. It looks pretty small, which I'm actually looking forward to, because if it got rated as good as it has been, and if it's, I mean, from what I've seen and what I've heard, they must really well utilize that space, which, I mean, that's comparable to what I'm trying to do. Not that I'm gonna super well utilize my space, but I mean, they have a space probably just barely bigger than what I have, so I'm looking forward to seeing that. So it's gonna be fun. So here it is from afar. Looks really cool looking. Not many people here too, so that's a plus. Free parking. Yeah, that's good. So we're here a little early, but there's the facade. Looking nice. Looking nice. Yeah. Just got out. Very good detailed haunt with a good use of space. Highly recommended. Here's one last view. It was a good 10-12 minutes for, I mean, for how small it looks. It was really narrow and really efficient use of the space, so very good. So that's the Haunted House. It was, we both thought really good. Very efficient use of the space, narrow hallways with a lot of stuff to look at everywhere though. They made sure there was always something to see. The chainsaw was very well done. They had it in the outdoor area, which is kind of back behind it, where they had a bunch of hanging sheets, like it was a clothesline. It was in there somewhere and you didn't know where. So that was cool. A lot of really good detail. Gosh, I'm trying to think. A lot of good. The actors were top notch. All of them really interacted with you, especially the ones out front. They were all really creative. I mean, I noticed some of them from their promo video that they put out, some of like the key characters there. The clown area didn't really make sense, honestly, but I mean, I think everything other than that really flowed well and had a good flow from one scene to the next. They used a lot of claustrophobia, like there was a pitch black area where the ceiling got smaller, the walls got narrower gradually, and it went around a lot of corners. But it wasn't just black walls. They had like vines and camo netting and stuff on the walls, so there was something to feel while it was pitch black. Everywhere you looked was detailed, even if you looked behind you. Like, that was one of the things Cutting Edge didn't do well last night. It was, I mean, I remember one time last night I looked behind me and we had just come out of a shack and we were going into another one, and the back of the one was just bare wood. But not so in here. I was looking behind me, I was looking all around everywhere, and every square inch was detailed. It was, yeah, probably like 10 minutes to go through, so it was a good use of the space. Very high detail, very fun. I found myself enjoying it while I was going through, so yeah, so that's Haunted House. We're off to Thrillvania now. How far? Oh, 53 minutes. 35 miles. Yeah, 35 miles, 53 minutes, so probably a lot of back roads, but should be fun. Lance Pope's haunt. We're in Terrell, and we're 3 miles away from Thrillvania. Bumpy. How's it look? Crowded? Super crowded. Huh. Although it's a Sunday too. There's something.
Hey guys, you can walk around this road, otherwise you'll get invited.
Okay, thanks. Alright, thanks. Clown Maze. Gotta get our tickets and we'll go through. Yeah, buddy.
Why is that scary?
I think this is the memorial to Lance Pope. Yeah. So here's the park. There's Verdun. Alright, so we're doing the Trail of Terror first.
Tasty chicken. I wouldn't give anybody any advice to run, but if you do decide to run, you better run real fast.
What?
Is that 2?
So far, yeah. That was a good long 3D haunt. Here's Verdun. Looks really incredible. Just awesome. Yeah, Verdun. And now we hiked through that. What?
What's that?
I'm vlogging. Just got out of Verdun, and now we hike up the hill to Thorn Hall, which you can't really see, but this is, you know, it has like that iron fence on the left, and then just ropes on the right, but it's really cool looking. But there's Verdun back there, and then those 2 green lights there are bridge we walked through, like sort of a small covered bridge to get up here. So yeah, Verdun, Thorn Hall, looking good. Out of Thorn Hall, I think we're gonna do the trail one last time and then head. Okay, so last thing is Granny Lupus's Seance Theater. So we're gonna go watch that show and then take off probably. So yeah, see you guys later. All right, so we're gonna take off, head back to the hotel. Overall, it was a really good hunt. Let's see, let me just go through chronologically. The haunted trail was pretty good. It had a lot of just junk piled up that wasn't super realistic, but the indoor sections, there were 3 or 4. There was like a butcher shop, a house, a lot of detail was in there, but the outdoor sections weren't super great. Lady Cassandra's, the 3D maze was pretty good. Yeah, really good for chroma depth. The only better one I've seen was Terror Visions at Darkness in St. Louis. So that was really well done. A lot of good detail went in there. Voodoo Bayou, which is pretty much just a queue for Verdun, was all right. There were some decent props, some decent spots. There was a cool tool shed set that you walked through, which I like that. Car horn. But, shoot. Verdun itself was pretty good, but it was a little dated. Like, you could tell it was all, like, stuff that would have been cool 10 years ago. Try to turn that down a little.
Yeah, kill it.
But it was pretty cool, like, all the sets. They had a really cool, like, Frankenstein set. So, yeah, overall, that was good. A lot of good detail in there, too. And then Thorn Hall was alright, but just a pitch black maze. But it was a pretty good pitch black maze. You know, they painted the walls dark and gave you a glow stick. And they had like one of the claustrophobia 2s that pushed down on the roof. So that was pretty fun. And then Granny Lupus's was alright. I mean, it was dated too, but still pretty cool looking. And, you know, some cool effects. A lot of good air effects. Like there was air coming out of where you were sitting and blasting out in front of you, and pretty much everything in there moved, and there was a lot in there, which was pretty good. But yeah, so we're gonna head back to the hotel. I guess this is it for today. So that's the hunt trip this year. Hope you guys enjoyed watching it and following along, and I'll be back with the build vlogs probably the next video after this. So see you then, guys.